Hi friends, happy Thanksgiving. It is currently Thanksgiving. It's 7 o'clock and I'm getting ready to go to the barn and ride. And I'm hoping to actually do some jumping today. I have been saying that for the last week, and like every time I say that, either the dressage trainer has taken all of my jumps out, or it has been too busy, or like, I don't know, I just haven't had enough time. It's been kind of a rough week, or like I just haven't been having good rides. But it's Thanksgiving, no one's at the barn, so I'm hoping to just have the arena to myself and get some stuff done. So we're heading out. I'm currently house sitting at my mommy's house with all of their dogs. I don't know if you can see them. There's one of them. Hi, Olive. Because they're out of town for the holidays, so let's go ahead and go. Also, I found a ring light in my mom's office because, of course, my mother has a ring light, so I'm using that right now because it's pitch black dark out. I just got to the barn, and it literally feels like it's 3 in the morning, even though it's like barely 7:30, just because it is so dark out, and my motivation is so shot that I've just been sitting here playing Monopoly on my phone, so really having a good time. At some point, I'm gonna get up and go get my animal. It's just like literally pitch black dark, and my motivation is shot. So I actually cannot see a single thing out here. Like, it's so dark, and it's kind of creepy out here in the dark. I'm like never out here when it's this dark out. I'm usually here in the mornings, but it's a holiday, so we're doing what needed to be done. I literally don't know where I'm going. Banana! Oh, okay. It is so cold out. He's got his heavy on for the first time this season. Hello. Do I smell like snacks? I also bought a new saddle this morning. I bought a Steuben Portos because if you're new here, I've had a terrible time trying to find a saddle that fits in like a decent price because I'm in grad school and I'm like big girl poor, and I just like don't have $10,000 to go spend on a new saddle right now. And I found like a really good deal, so I bought it immediately because, boy, it would have been dumb not to. Hi. So hopefully that comes in next week because I've been riding in my friend's Schleisa for like a really long time, and I actually despise it. It's so uncomfortable. So hopefully my new saddle comes in soon, and that will help solve all of our problems. Because Lord knows I need it. I feel like it puts me in a really weird position. Like, it really kind of tips me forward. And it's also uncomfortable, so it needed to go. Can I help you? Okay, this footage looks like it was taken on a literal toaster because I was taking it through my Pivo, and for whatever reason, when I record on my Pivo in like not great lighting, it just murders the video quality. So my sincere apologies that it looks like a toaster. But let's go ahead and get into kind of what we were doing today, what we were working on today. I've been really enjoying recording my rides just to watch them back later, a lot for my own education. Like right now watching this, I need way more horse. I think the biggest thing that I have been learning over the last couple of months, kind of in all aspects with this horse, is that my perception of his pace and his energy is very wrong, and that my feel lies to me. So here I'm just doing some walk trot transitions to try to keep him entertained and focused. Because sometimes what happens is I think that we're going way faster than we are. So I start to pull back and crank and get handsy, and then he gets rightfully pissed off. And then does start to like fight with me. So watching this, like, I need more energy. This needs to go somewhere. That was better. Like, there's moments where it's better, but generally I'm riding him behind the leg into a closed hand. So like, this is fine. It needs way more power, significantly more power. And that has been something I have been working really hard on, is just understanding that my feel lies to me and like really trying to nail my pace. And like, I guess more so energy than pace, because this is not This is not my pace. This is not it. Also, these were set for canter. Obviously, that didn't ride well. But I did it anyways. He needs a little bit more inside flexion here, but I was really trying more so to not be handsy. So I was like, whatever, we're going to let flexion kind of go out the window. Bottom line is I need more horse. Like, we're going nowhere. But that's okay. Like I said, I like recording my rides so that I can watch them back and learn. I think I'm going to a jump here soon, maybe. Yeah, okay. So I like this exercise for a lot of reasons, but I also think we've kind of already sort of started to outgrow it, and I'm going to need to modify and change things, because the point being that you're super chill and calm and you just trot up to it and you don't ask for any sort of impulsion or lift or push from behind until you've crossed the placement pole, and then you ask like you're asking for a canter depart so that they jump it well. And I think that has worked for some, like in a lot of ways that has worked because we're not rushing fences anymore. But like right now, I don't even have enough horse to jump. He's like, once we come out of that corner and he sees it, he does liven up a little bit, but I still needed more horse. At least we landed and were able to canter. The first time I landed with no horse and we couldn't canter. So I need to modify that a little bit and sort of play with what that's going to look like moving forward. The trot jumps are also like really hard for both of us. Like when we're doing trot jumps, oh, okay. Thank you for cranking up his neck and jumping up his neck. That was hideous, Maddie. Don't do that again. Yeah, tell him he's a good boy because you rode that like a moron. Anyways, what I was saying about the whole trot jump things. The trot jumps are really hard for both of us because I feel like every time we're doing trot jumps, I end up falling onto his neck and shoulder and basically just punishing him for jumping by landing on him. And I know that's something I need to work on. I need more horse. I get that I'm afraid of knocking him out of balance in that corner because that tight turn is like my kryptonite, but again, you jumped up his neck for no reason and your leg slid back to Mexico. But my horse is lovely. Oh, I got hot, so he took clothes off. That's what's happening here, and I don't know why I chose to include it, but I guess it's happening. So this is what's happening here. Outfit change, putting jumps up. I get on and off like 10 times a ride when I ride by myself to just like mess with the camera, change clothes, whatever. Anyways, this needs more horse. I feel like that's the theme of today. More horse. Significantly more horse, girl. Oh, something my trainer said to me that I loved, and I've been really trying to live by. She was talking about when you use a leg aid, step 1 is you need to ask just the hair. Step 2 is ask just the skin, and step 3 is then you ask the muscle. And she said that to me, and I was like, oh my God, this is game changing because historically, I don't know, I'm just like all gas all the time with my leg, and I create horses that are pretty dull to the leg because my leg is always so loud. Another thing is like I have always ridden with a dressage whip that I tend to use the whip before I use my leg. This pace is still not good. It's better, but it's not good. So she said that to me, and I was like, oh, that really resonated. So see what I mean, where I just didn't come in with enough horse for him to really jump it. And I think that's kind of the downside to this exercise is like, yes, he's so chill and calm and not rushing fences, but I need to like take it a step further, I think. Also, I'm sorry, my raging ADHD, I've had like 30 uncompleted thoughts throughout this video, but I really liked that thing that she was talking about, like ask the hair, then ask the skin, then ask the ribs, because I tend to just go straight to using a whip and go straight to a really loud aid. And when you have loud aids all the time, like you create dull horses. And that's something I have seen with this animal. Another thing that I have been working on that my barn owner told me was just like, take 30 seconds. Take 30 seconds. Because I tend to get in a really big hurry and I'm like, okay, I'm going to this jump. Even if I haven't done the setup work, even if we're getting rushed, getting out of balance, I don't want to take the time to correct things. And she told me, she was like, it takes you less than a minute to fix your problems. Yeah. We just choked into that, and then I jumped up his neck a little bit. But she was like, it takes you less than a minute to fix the problems, so just take 30 seconds. So that's kind of been things I've been repeating to myself in my rides, is like the hair, skin, ribs, and then take 30 seconds. And that has been really helpful because, like, right there, this is a moment where I did take 30 seconds and do a full lap instead of just turning and going straight towards it, because historically I've done stupid stuff like that. So, character development and whatnot. I need to sit up with my shoulders. I've gotten into a really bad habit of going leany with my shoulders. Okay, see what I mean? No horse. Had I actually been on the pace, he wouldn't have murdered that. Instead of using my leg, I just lean at my horse. When has that ever worked? So that's something I've been working on, and I have gotten better, but I can see it a lot in these clips. So I'll be curious if this clip I'm on the pace better. Again, I leaned at him with my shoulders right there again. Sit up. No, I need way more horse. Go. Leg. 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 Yeah, that's not my pace at all. So it's good to watch these things back and realize it. I also think at one point I did get off and grab my phone and look through some of the videos in my middle of my ride, because then I was like, oh, wow, I'm crawling. Like, no wonder he's adding that stutter. I also audited a Linda Allen clinic a couple months ago, and she said something along the lines of, like, that stutter step is their job, not your job. So don't worry about fixing that stutter step. Worry about riding them better so that they don't feel like they need to do that stutter step. That was better. That was much more pace, or like better pace, more energy. Especially my goal with this horse is to do the jumpers. This is not a jumper pace. So like if I want this horse to be my jumper, I need to be comfortable with the more open pace, because this isn't it. Like, why did I lean forward with my shoulders right there? I felt like today in particular, I should have taken 30 seconds to fix that canter before I went to that jump. So today in particular, I felt like I did a much better job of not going after his shoulder with my hand, because a lot of times when his shoulder gets bulgy or his rib cage gets bulgy, instead of using my leg, I'm like, you know what would help if I ripped his teeth out? And shocking, it doesn't help. Oh, I put the jump up here. This was his first ever 2.6, kind of on accident. I didn't realize that our things weren't measured well, and it wasn't until after the fact that I was like, that was much bigger than I thought that it was supposed to be. But that's okay. He did so good. And the pace was better. The second time I went to it, the stride wasn't as good. You'll see it here in a second, but that's okay. Overall, really happy with how this went. There were some little things I need to work on. Most importantly, I feel like I walked away from this ride understanding that my pace, like I'm riding way behind the leg. I need so much more horse, and I need to stop leaning in with my shoulders. Like, those are my two biggest takeaways today. So, like, right there, sit up. Why am I throwing my shoulders at him? And I need more horse. Like, that was so good. Okay. Okay, I'm back in my little Carl Cook walking and talking era. I just had such a productive jump school. Like, probably one of the best ones we've had to date. The most confident, the most chill, the most, like, he didn't try to run out at all. I didn't let him run out at all. I feel like at first we were really, like, not today, but, like, probably a couple months ago, we were really rushing fences because he didn't know any better. So I spent a lot of time doing trot jumps with a 6-foot placement pole where, like, you pretty much waddle up to it at a snail pace and then ask for the canter to part over these tiny cross rails as you cross the placement pole, so that they really, like, learn how to get proper, I just dropped my glove, damn it, proper form. And then to be able to take that now and apply that of, like, we don't really rush jumps anymore, which is awesome. I stopped halfway through in the middle of my ride tonight to look at some of my videos, and I was like, oh wow, we're actually really behind the pace. Like,
he's quite behind my leg. And when he's behind my leg, he was taking these little stutter steps at the base. Like he would kind of choke and chip in and then bail me out. And when I watched those videos back, I was like, oh, we're really behind the leg. And then I went and I did it again. And I was like really gassing him. And the distances were right there. Like the jumps were there, the distances were there. And I put up 1, 2, I think it's probably about 2.6, which is probably the highest. I mean, it is the highest he's ever jumped. And he didn't even bat an eye. I didn't bat an eye, which is cool. If you know me, you know I love to get weird and sketchy. And I gave him a nice, like, confident ride up to the base, and he was perfect. And, like, he totally knows what he's supposed to do, which is so awesome. So this was, like, a really fun little Thanksgiving ride. The footage is on my Pivo, or, like, through my Pivo, so it's going to suck, because that thing sucks. But I got all of it on video, and he was so good. Like, I'm so happy right now. So, yeah, a lot of good things to work on coming, just, like, to keep building upon. So that's really awesome. So, yeah, all right, I'll catch you guys later. Bye. Oh, I lied. I have more thoughts. I thought I was done. I'm going to continue. Oh, Lord have mercy. My horse is very tall. I'm going to continue yapping. You're so good. So really, if I can just keep him straight, the only time he gets dodgy is shocking right when I'm pulling on my left rein. So if I can just keep him straight and not get handsy, and it's always my left rein. I'm sorry. It's my right rein and his left shoulder. That's what it is. I misspoke. So if I could just not do that, good boy. He's so sweet. We're golden. I'm actually feeling really, really confident about taking him to his first big indoor show, which this is a new feeling for me. Like I'm confident because I kind of don't care. I'm like, it's going to be a learning experience. I'm probably going to put him in the 60s. Like, I don't think we're doing big boy stuff. I think we're probably going to do the 60s Wednesday and Thursday and maybe swing for the 70s on Friday and then go home. Like, I'm not real, good boy. Might get bored, do USHJA 2 foot. Like, I feel like I have a really healthy level of confidence with him right now. And I'm also like not real nervous about things because I'm kind of just like, whatever, who cares? I have all the time in the world to fix all the problems. I'm not in any rush with his training. I'm not in any rush with like myself right now. Hello. So I'm kind of just like, who cares? Like, I have all the time in the world. So I'm feeling like a healthy level of confidence about things, which is new for me. And I feel like this is not gonna stay where I put it. Yeah, no, it's not. The more I do things, just like the better it gets, obviously, right? And I feel like I'm learning something pretty much every time I sit on him. I'm coming away with things to work on. So I'm feeling really good about things. I say this as if I literally didn't fully sob while riding like 3 days ago because I was like, I ruined my horse. So, you know, the feeling comes and goes. Right now I feel really good about things. Talk to me tomorrow. We'll see if that stays the same.
Ninja suit season. Yeah, it's ninja suit season. Good boy. You're so good.